Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Market Psychology 101, where we look for value in the markets when there's fear and are cautious when there's greed. This video is going to be focusing on cryptos and especially the cryptocurrencies available on Robinhood. So let's take a look at Bitcoin and where we are in the fear and greed index. So, crypto fear and greed, we spiked up into extreme greed, barely at 75 or higher, into the ETF approval. It was a sell the news event so far, but we've slowly been grinding back up. So we can see that reflected. Let's take a look here. When we got up above this fib, we got up to the 4,900 level, came down here to a little bit under 39, 38 and a half, and then we've climbed back up. We've had a nice little climb. What's that move been about for Bitcoin? So from the bottom to here, it's about 15% back up, pretty decent. And from the ETF approval to that low, which took 12 days, we dropped down 21%. So that's where we are with Bitcoin. Actually, let's take out an indicator, see where Bitcoin is at on the weekly. So we're going to zoom out. We have the weekly up here. And guys, if you're new to the channel, you're wondering what the hell these fibs mean and everything. So something I've looked at, let me put this on log so it makes more sense. The last cycle, high to low, it took a year to get to our mid-cycle top. We went above the 382 fib, and then we sold off and chopped around for a year. So anytime we were under the 0.5 was a good time to dollar cost average in, especially the 618 to the 786. So I thought, hey, low to high, same thing. What do we see? So we've been under the 0.5 a little bit after we possibly had a mid-cycle top to the 382. We went underneath it. We're coming back up. We've been obsessed with this trend line. Crypto just keeps going to it. We can even like zoom in closer and take a look. Look at this. Even when we hit the fibs, we're coming up touching the trend line. Even as we go up, I almost guarantee, even though I can't, not financial advice, that we'll probably come back down to it eventually. Who knows when? So anyways, that's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at all the cryptos available on Robinhood. Oh, and most recent signal, we had a buy signal on the weekly. So far, we're up here. We'll see if that continues. So Ethereum, what do we got going on here? We have all these messy fibs. My God. So we had a sell signal after this big move, kind of like Bitcoin. Then we had another buy signal. So this is just within the last year. I wasn't including this, but in the last year with this fib, we got up to the 236, and we didn't quite get down to the 0.5. So we're at this range here, not just on this fib, but the previous high and low fib. So right here is the 382. Very important level here for Ethereum. If it is to stay above here, might we see a move up to, where would this be at? 2862. That would be my next target in a bullish scenario. If crypto is to get rejected, have a sell-off sometime soon, the 0.5 is always a nice level, especially after making a high. Usually we get a 50% retrace, and if we did, that 2119 level in a bearish situation would be important. If we got below that, and we're probably coming back down here to the high 1700s. Let's go to Doge. Dogecoin. One of the most useless cryptos there is, but Elon loves the irony of it. So Dogecoin, again, this is just the last year and high to low. You can see we're in love with that 0.5 fib, and we're just kind of chopping around. As you can see, when we zoom out the last 5 years, look at all this accumulation. So by the next time we peak in the 4-year cycle, should that happen again, like it happened here and here, and here every 4 years, could we possibly see Doge doing another one of these? Going here and then spiking up somewhere over $1. Sure, I could see it. In the meantime, we have this sell signal. We got to this 20 MA and a little bit of a move underneath it. So could Doge possibly come down to these levels, about the low 7 cents, or maybe even back down to 6.5, maybe? Doge, not a crypto I love. However, if it did get down to the 6.5 cent mark, I might even consider looking at it SHIB. Let's take a look at SHIB. Here we go. All right, I do have fibs on it. Great. So this is a macro fib. We're not even there. Let's get rid of that. That's just making the chart look messy. Here's the RSI. We are at the 50. We're right on the 50 for the weekly. We had a sell signal and SHIB's gone down. SHIB and Doge look very similar in this way. So might we see a bounce? Possible, because Bitcoin's gone up and has been going up. Something we do have to consider. Let's jump over to Bitcoin dominance. Is more money flowing into Bitcoin? Sure. When Bitcoin dominance possibly gets a sell signal, maybe some of that's going to flow into some of the other alts. So maybe that's why these altcoins like Doge and SHIB are lower. This looks like a possible area of support. So would I buy SHIB here? It's not a crypto I like. If you like it and you're just thinking of throwing money on it and waiting to see if it's one of those that spike in by the next 4-year cycle, and you've done research and you believe it will again, okay, sure. But me, not so much. AVAX. Let's take a look at AVAX. Cool, I have a fib on it. So AVAX, real strong looking chart here. It's gone up to the 382, hugging it. There's a lot of cryptos like AVAX, Link, Solana, and others that have charts like these. I like charts like these more than the charts that you just saw, such as SHIB and Doge. These look like stronger plays to me, or more of a sure thing, if there is such a thing in crypto, than the other ones. Because this is showing a lot of strength, showing it's a crypto people like, believe in. So might this be a possible area to buy? Maybe. On the year, we're closer to the high than the low. This was the time to get in. That's why I say time in the market's more important than timing the market. But if you really like AVAX, you believe in it, and you think it's going to be a nice long-term play, then, hey, we had a little bit of a correction to the tune of right now 30%. Yeah, maybe you think about it and you say, you know what, I see a lot of strength in this chart. We had a buy signal. The buy signal wasn't too much lower. Hey, if you really like AVAX, I would not blame you for putting money into it to dollar cost average. It does look like maybe it wants to start riding that 10 MA in this indicator, but it is possible that maybe it could come back down eventually, meet the 20 MA and get to the 0.5. I would say if that does happen and AVAX is something you really like, then hey, you could dollar cost average in more when it's about $5 cheaper. Let's take a look at Link. Link, another very similar chart. Ooh, we made another new yearly high. So Link got up to, where is this? About 19, 20. Probably touched into the 20 area. Was that within the last week? Oh, here we go. Let's fix our fib if we can. My gosh, let me zoom out here. Let me zoom out here so we can bring it even closer. 5-day. My gosh, you think you bring something close enough. Let's move it way back here. There we go. That way I can get this as exact as possible. So yeah, 19.78. Man, it got dang near to 20. Came back down to 18. Link looks like something that might be getting ready to pop off again. So we had some good accumulation in there ever since November. So it's been about 3 months of accumulation. And from that accumulation zone, we've gone up from 14 to 20. I'm just going to go from this fib here. If you caught any of those bottoms. Oh, my gosh. What is going on here? Good old Mac. Gotta love the scroll screen. So, yeah, 40% move up. That's great. So, that's what Chainlink's looking like. Let me refresh this. I screwed up my computer. Apologies for the professional clown show that's going on here. So, and it's reloading everything. All right, Link. Back to Link. Yeah, we had a nice move up. Would I be buying Link here? I love Link. I really do. However, when we're just super high in greed and being overbought, I have bought Link down here that is the time to buy. I'm not going to chase buys. That is something to think about though. So on the daily, we've seen this buy signal play out again. That's about 40%. So I would be curious to see if we possibly get a sell signal. Could link possibly go up even further, something like $30 to $40. Sure. But who's to say? So Litecoin, let's go to Litecoin. Let's keep moving here. Litecoin. When you zoom way out on Litecoin, it didn't do as great as people had hoped the last bull run. And we have been in this channel that I know I've drawn kind of sloppily. Hey, some people are thinking Litecoin might be a sneaker play, that because it didn't go up a ton last 4-year cycle, and again, 4-year cycle, that didn't go up a ton like Bitcoin and Ethereum, that maybe this time around it will. Maybe. I've seen YouTube thumbnails saying Litecoin to 1,000, 1,500. Guys, no one freaking knows. But if Litecoin's a crypto you like, you've done your research, hey, not the worst long-term place to buy. So let's take a look at Uni. Which one do we want to do? Maybe this one? Yeah. Uni, this looks more like the SHIB and Doge charts. Not feeling as strong about it. Uni is one that, at least from the research I've done, I do wonder if it's going to survive as crypto keeps going. So do your own research. Not big on it in the super long term. Me personally, you can feel differently about it. Bitcoin Cash. This one always has a bunch of different things that pop up. Cool, we have a fib. Bitcoin Cash, it's like in that 382 fib. A lot of strength, a lot of accumulation. Might Bitcoin Cash be getting ready to pop off? Maybe. Let's take a look at all. This is on the monthly. Ooh, we got a sell signal on the monthly. That is currently the month we're in. So that might be ominous right there. And maybe Bitcoin Cash could be coming down to this 181 mark. So on the weekly, I'm sure we have a sell. Yeah, we have. I'm glad I zoomed out to the monthly. Now, again, this may or may not hold because this is February. It's the current month we're in. So things could change and that signal could go away. We'll see. So let's take a look at a few more that are available. ETC, and I know nothing about this one. There we go. Some accumulation. Again, this looks like Doge and SHIB, except we're above the 10A. It does look like we're possibly riding higher. Ethereum Classic, this isn't a crypto I personally like. So as far as buying right here, I would wait personally, but make your own risks. XLM. Stellar Lumens. Which one do we want to do? Let's do this one. Cool. It is one I've been looking at. More weakness in this. And yeah, there is more value in here, but here's the thing. We've gotten under these moving averages. So when that happens and we're under the 618, I would expect it to get down to this 10-cent level and possibly even down here. So this one, the chart doesn't look as great. But again, when it starts to form a base, maybe you can get some good long-term value if that's one you like and believe in. XTZ. I drew a big fib back there. This one's just been selling off. Looks like crap. It is above. Now that's the big macro fib. For the last year, let's get rid of this big macro fib. Let's just draw a shorter time frame one. So here we are at the 382, kind of getting up to it. And as you can see with those moving averages, it looks like it wants to stay above it. Some accumulation going on there. Did have a sell signal. Yeah, I don't feel strongly one way or the other on it. I would look for it to possibly get down to the 618 or the 0.5. If it stays above the 0.5, touches it in the 20 here at the 92 cent, 93 cent range, then yeah, I might consider it there. AVE. So we have a couple big fibs. Let's get rid of the big one. We had a sell signal. That's been playing out for a while. However, we are below this 20 moving average. And so maybe we're going back down to the 618, the 78 level, possibly even further. Because we already have had a big move here from that sell signal from that wick to down here, 31%, that's pretty strong. And the moving averages, we're leaving them behind. But again, when you look at the candles, it does look like there's a possible strong base forming. We're not wicking as deep, so maybe we get down to that 618 as a possible area to start building support and accumulation. Last one, comp. That'll do it for the Robinhood stocks. I'll do a Coinbase top, Robinhood cryptos, I should say. I'll do a Coinbase one tomorrow or the next day. Comp, yeah, getting some accumulation here, but again, this kind of reminded me of the SHIB and Doge one, so just a lot of chopping around on the weekly. You could say accumulation, and hey, if this was a crypto you like and use, then not the worst area to buy. You would be chasing a little bit, and there possibly could be some selling off. Yeah, it just looks like big wave, little wave. I'm kind of expecting around this 47 range. For me personally, if I like comp, I would be patient to that level. So anyways, anything else I want to talk about with you guys? Yeah, just know that when we did get this weekly sell signal, usually we get around a 15%. So I am still kind of macro expecting this 36 to 37 range to play through. We had a buy signal. Could that be a reversal of this pattern? Maybe. Usually when we get these weekly sell signals, they take 1 to 2 months to play out. We're now in the 4th week. And so if we have 2-3 weeks of green, then I would then consider that we probably did get a reversal, and maybe we are going back up to the next fib up here and somewhere around 49,000. The thing that I'm cautious on though is stocks. The S&P is right at 5,000. Looks like it wants to break through 5,000 and then possibly see some selling off corrections coming into play. Who knows? Maybe we're just going to keep ripping up for no good reason. It's always possible. That's why I don't try to get too much into the prediction game. And the more we rip up faster with the S&P and the magnificent 5 stocks, if you will, the more that more likelihood it is that a glorious correction, recession could be coming after. So we never know what things are going to do. But as stocks and cryptos get more volatile, I like to take more of a patient approach. And if you're feeling that FUD or the FOMO, excuse me, fear of missing out, that greed, take some deep breaths, go for a walk, at least try to make more value-based, smarter plays, because that way you're not taking as much of a risk. Again, time in the market's more important than time in the market. If you're chasing, the more likelihood it's going to be that it's a coin flip and you don't know if you're going to be making good money or not in the long term. So yeah, that's where we are with crypto today. And if there's some cryptos you like and you're just thinking that, hey, we're in another 4-year cycle and this is a good time to buy, and you're just going to wait for Bitcoin to peak and do its normal 4-year cycle thing with the other 3 data points, and that late next year when things are going up, that's when you'll sell, and you're just going to look at it like that way, hey, that's not a bad way to look at it either. And maybe you're dollar cost averaging into some cryptos right now. I would not blame you for that. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on Robinhood cryptos, and that you're all doing well and making good financial decisions. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I do have knowledge, experience being a consultant, working in education, working in the field of psychology, and I've used that psychology to find more value in the markets when there is fear, when we are oversold, and that's helped me increase the value of my stock and crypto holdings. So just know that you're making your own risks, and I hope that on this channel we grow a community and teach each other to find more value, to be patient, to not chase the markets, and decrease the chances of us getting wrecked and losing money. So hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.